Hey Floss Tube, my name's Tammy and this is my Floss Tube number 1. And it's a little nerve-wracking to be here by myself, but anyway, welcome to Crafty Boy Mom YouTube channel. I am a sewer, crafter, stitcher, lover of all things vintage, and just enjoy this hobby so much and have enjoyed watching all of you out there in Floss Tube land since I discovered you all. And so I thought, hey, why not join in? So forgive me. This is, again, my first try at this and I have lots of notes. So hopefully I won't look down too much, but I don't want to lose my train of thought and ramble on. So I'll just start with a quick welcome. Again, thanks for watching, and thanks for your patience with me as I learn this new thing. So anyway, I'm mom to 3 wonderful young men. Husband is wonderful as well. We've been married for 30 years and are kind of entering into this new stage of empty nest-ish. Son number 1 is 25 and he lives here locally across town, works for the local university here. And so we see him quite a bit. He comes home for a good home cooked meal a time or two on the weekend. Son number 2 is 21 and he just moved to the East Coast this spring. We got him all settled there. And he works in construction and he's a welder. He's the one that introduced me to YouTube, really, and the fact that you can literally find a video for anything and everything on YouTube. And we have also spent hours and hours watching YouTube influencers, I guess is what they would call them, or just, you know, random guys on the YouTubes, as we call them around here. Mostly car restoration, things like that. So, you know, I've sat through many hours of what I call dude TV, but it gives me great stitching time and I get to spend time with them as well. So anyway, he's on the East Coast, miss him so much, and I'm sure he's just seriously cracking up right now that his mom is on YouTube. So, hey, Justin. Anyway, son number 3 is 18 and we just got him graduated from high school this last spring. He spent the last 3 years at home with me homeschooling, and that was a great experience. Really enjoyed that. So he just started college this fall at the local university here. And so he's busy with that, still living at home, but busy. And he's also doing flight training on the side and plans a career in the airline industry in some capacity at some point, but doing both right now. He's my video production crew. So thanks, Travis, for helping your mom, who's seriously electronically challenged, figure this whole thing out. So definitely if this works, it's because of him. So anyway, back to the husband. He works also for the local university here in town. And he is super talented. He can just do pretty much anything and everything. And we are looking forward to this next phase of life and just having the freedom to kind of come and go as we please. And yeah, got lots of things on the list. So anyway, that's kind of a little bit about me. I guess I should say I live in the Pacific Northwest out here in Oregon, and fall is odd in Oregon. Today it's supposed to be 83 and sunny. So we're just kind of waiting with bated breath for the 9 months of gray rain that are to come. But it's a beautiful area. I was born and raised here. So we love it. So looking forward to a little bit cooler weather. We've had a hot summer. So anyway, moving on. Let's see. Cross stitch. I learned to cross stitch at a young age. My grandma taught me way back when, and it's something that I've never stopped doing. I've picked it up on and off over the years of raising 3 busy little boys. Didn't always have time for all of my hobbies, but they were always there. So I've just pretty much done it for the majority of my life. I come from a long line of stitchers, sewers, knitters, crocheters. I never knew my grandma or my mom to not have something going with their hands at all times. And I'm kind of the same way. If you invite me over to your house for the evening, I'm likely bringing a project bag in tow with something to do, because I don't sit idle very well. So I guess it comes naturally. I remember not so fondly taking trips with my mom to the local yarn tree store. I don't know if any of you ever had those. This would have been in the early to mid 80s. It was in a local mall. And I remember sitting outside the store with my sister, bored out of my mind, while my mom wandered the aisles of the yarn tree store for what felt like forever. And now I would love to do that. I miss her. She passed in 2015, and she was my sewing buddy and stitching buddy and all the things. And so that definitely left a big hole in my life. And so I would give anything to go back and shop at the yarn tree with my mom. My local needlework shop, I guess I should have mentioned, my local needlework shop is Acorns and Threads, which is about a 30-minute drive from here. And honestly, until about a year ago, I didn't even know it existed. So that's been a fun discovery, and I've made a few trips there and I've really enjoyed it. Really looking forward to getting back, because my ever-growing purchase list is calling. So anyway, it's a great resource, cute little shop, and super close. So looking forward to many more trips there. I'm super excited because I actually signed up for a workshop at the end of this month. Cecilia from Heart and Hand is coming to do a one-day workshop, and so I signed up to go do that. So this is my first retreat, if you will. Again, until about a year ago when I discovered Floss Tube, I didn't even know those existed either. So hopefully, fingers crossed, there will be a few more of those in my future. So that's kind of where I get a few things. I also order a lot from Fat Quarter Shop, 123 Stitch, and am also discovering lots of other places out there to get stuff. So I've mostly been a kit stitcher since I started this craft, mostly because, again, that's kind of just what I thought there was out there. So that's kind of what I've always done. So again, discovering patterns and fabrics and all of the floss options, and after doing kits and DMC and the crunchy Ada that you buy at Hobby Lobby or Joann's forever, I'm dipping my toes into a couple other of the things out there. So side note, I am looking to build up my fabric stash. So let me know in the comments if you're watching where you get your fabric, and that'll give me a couple other options. So I am an Ada stitcher. That's all I've ever known, really. It's kind of what my eyes are used to, and what's comfortable. So I own one piece of even weave. No clue where I got it. Probably came from an estate sale haul. Probably. I've stumbled across things like that in my estate sale adventures, and just buying random fabric bags. So I pulled it out last Christmas, and attempted to do something on it, and was incredibly frustrated. But I think I narrowed it down to the fact that I needed to get stronger readers. So it was a frustrating process, but now that I have a good magnifier with a nice bright LED light and new glasses, or stronger glasses, I am going to attempt to pull it out again and maybe do something small, like a Christmas ornament or something like that. So I haven't completely ruled it out. Not a fan right now. Just again, learning what things like Lugana are and whatnot. So kind of anxious to maybe try some of those in the future instead of just Ada. So anyway, I also love to sew. I'm a mostly self-taught quilter. Still kind of amazed that I pulled that off. But Lori Holt makes anything look easy. And so it was a fun process. And I've actually done a few more of her quilts. Her applique style is super simple, and I tackled it and finished it. So I don't do anything super difficult, but it has been a fun craft to learn. I just like to sew all the things. I love to peruse Pinterest and find different things to make. And I love the challenge of buying a yard of fabric and seeing what I can make out of it. And so I guess you would consider me a scrappiness is happiness, as Lori says it, kind of quilter. So I've sewed clothes in the past, love to sew doll clothes, even though I have boys. Was a huge doll fan when I was a kid. And I decided on my last trip to New York, I went to the American Girl doll store there on Fifth Avenue and bought myself an American Girl doll. And learned how to sew doll clothes when my niece was going through the American Girl phase. And so that's fun. I may or may not have bought 2 more. So my boys call me the crazy doll lady now, but it's been fun. So that's kind of what else I do in my free time is sew. And I know how to knit. Haven't done a lot of it. I'm determined to learn how to crochet because I'm in love with granny squares. So that's kind of next on the agenda. Watched a couple YouTube videos, surprise, on that, and I think I have the hang of it, but I need to have my good friend that crochets a lot maybe come sit next to me. I'm kind of a hands-on kind of learner, and I need her to tell me what I'm doing wrong or whatever. So that's on my, again, ever-growing list of things to do. I have to be careful because I go down rabbit holes and with these hobbies, and then I just get overwhelmed because I have too much going. So, Floss Tube. I stumbled across Floss Tube about 1.5 years ago. I had looked up a how-to video on how to put a zipper in because, again, my mom's gone now, and she was kind of my, hey, Mom, how do I do this? So, in the corner, because, you know, YouTube's so great at suggesting videos that you need to watch, I saw a picture of these 2 ladies, and it said Floss Tube, and I thought, well, what on earth is that? So I clicked on it, and it was none other than the Pam and Steph, Just Keep Stitching. So I watched it and just was amazed. The rest is history, I guess. I was hooked. And again, rabbit hole. You can watch Floss Tube all day long. And so I thought, wow, this is amazing. I learned more in just that one episode that I watched, than I have about the craft in a long time. So it's super fun to watch, all these different floss tubers out there and all their different styles and perspectives on stitching and what their favorites are. So I've really enjoyed watching and learning. So just a few of my favorites: Annie, the proper stitcher, Colorado cross stitcher, Stitching with the Housewives, of course, Pricilla and Chelsea, they're hysterical. I love the mother-daughter relationship because, again, my mom's gone, and so I just love watching that because it reminds me a lot of doing those things with my mom. 2 Needles Pulling Thread, they're super fun to watch. I love their style. And Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, Olivia, I discovered a little while ago that her and I don't live that far apart, truly. I think she lives in the next town or maybe a town or two over from where I do. So maybe we can connect one of these days. Hi, Olivia. Annabella's, she's super great. Have ordered through her Etsy shop numerous times as well. Java Girl Stitches, and her creativity is amazing. And she is just a powerhouse stitcher. I don't know how she gets that much done. Helen D, she's super fun. Chrissy, finally a farm girl. Love to watch her as well. And have been enjoying watching her designs take off. Sweetwater Stitcher, Jessica, she's great, super creative again, and a sewer, so that's kind of fun. Elizabeth Ann can stitch. I mean, who can't say they like her? She's a joy to watch, and so talented. And of course, Fat Quarter Shop. Love watching Kimberly every Wednesday and getting more ideas from her. And the Queen, Lori Holt. I mean, you just can't deny that. She's great. She just, her creativity and talent is off the charts. Crafty Cottage Stitches, Jeanette and Heather, I believe. They as well aren't too far from me, just maybe an hour. But love watching, again, the mother-daughter dynamic there, and they're super talented. And then Chantel, what can I say? I think she's made me load my carts more than anyone. Every week my list of, I need that grows, and I still haven't finishes that I saw on her Floss Tubes last December. So I have a little catch up there to do, but her design talent is amazing to me. She's such a gift to the cross stitch community, and all her fun finishes are super fun. So love her. And I'm sure I'm forgetting someone, but again, those are just a few of my favorites. So with that being said, I can move on to stitching. I guess the only other thing is now that I have a little extra time in my day, I'm getting more back to sewing and stitching, and planning to kind of move towards doing that and then selling some things. But I'll get to more of that later. So I thought I would just show a couple of my previously finished items. I have a problem. Oh, Tiny House Stitcher. Love her. I guess I was just going to mention her and how she said she doesn't always have a lot to show because she stitches and gives it away. And I tend to do that too. So I'll show you over the next couple floss tubes just a few of my previous finishes. But I don't have a lot. So looking forward to getting some more of my stuff on my walls. So the first one I have here is a Lori Holt design, of course. She believed she could, so she did. I did this on 14 count white Aida with all the called for colors, and finished it just on a little frame here from Hobby Lobby. So that hangs in my sewing room. And I actually have a teal colored vintage machine, so it goes really well with that. So there's that one. And then last Christmas, Fat Quarter Shop did this one. All the trimmings, I think is what it's called. And this is black chalkboard Aida, 14 count. So I had fun finishing that just on a Hobby Lobby frame, and then adding a couple things at the top. So those are just two of the ones that I have. I have a stack here of finished items, but not fully finished. So I will try and hopefully give all of the right details out of my little Fat Quarter Shop project book here. My cross stitch journal. Love this thing. I'm also having fun with it. I got a little sprocket printer that hooks to my phone. And so after I'm done, I put all the details in, and then I just take a little picture and stick it down there so I can remember what things look like in case I give them away. So anyway, this one was, I believe, last year's December Stitch Quarterly from Fat Quarter Shop. And I just love this little guy. I finally came across a finish idea for him. So I bought the supplies at Hobby Lobby the other day, and looking forward to getting this one done and ready so I can display it at Christmas time. Just love his little cute vintage look. So he's a cutie. Let's see. This one I did this summer. This is Mouse. I'm sure some of you have done a couple of these. I did one last Christmas for my sister. I did the teacher one and finished it up for her. And I just can't get enough of Mouse. So I need to get back to Acorns and Threads and get some more. My sister bought the Christmas one, so we're gonna swap patterns. She just finished that one. So this is 4th of July Mouse, and it is on 14 count, I think Rustico Ada is what I did it on. And it's little, let's see, it's Little House Needleworks, I believe. Let me look real quick. Yeah. Anyway, Mouse, 4th of July. This one is Country Cottage Needleworks, Land That I Love. I did this on 14 count Ada Toast. I didn't put the bottom band on it because I have a finishing idea and I didn't think that was going to fit. So I didn't add that, but I love this one. And so it's in the to-do pile to get ready for next July to display. So yeah, loved that one. This one is Christmas Carols by Country Cottage Needleworks. I whipped that up real quick last spring, and I plan to order the sleigh display piece from 141 Design Company and finish that on there for this Christmas. So I need to get that ordered so that I can get that done. This is 16 count Ivory Ada that I did that one on. And sorry, looking in my book here. This one is a Stitching with the Housewives. Here comes Peter Cottontail. This was fun. This was my second project on Black Ada, and I found it pretty easy. I know some people struggle with that, but this went pretty well. And so I want to get a cute bunny finishing piece, hopefully in the new year, to finish that on, to have it displayed for Easter next year. So there's that one. And then let's see if I can find the information on this next one. Oh, I'm sorry. Mouse is by Tiny Modernist. Sorry. I forgot that. Yeah, she's great. This is called Silhouettes, and it's a Cricut collection pattern. And I just love that one. There's a companion piece that goes with this one, but I need to get on eBay and see if I can find it to do up and hang next to this one. So I don't have a finishing idea for this one yet, but hopefully I'll be inspired here soon. But I just love that one. So anyway, those are some previous fully finished and finished items that I'm looking forward to getting completely done. So I will move on to some of my whips that are currently in my basket. I have 2 more baskets over here that are fully kitted up. So I kind of need to wrap this stuff up and move on, because I need to catch up, because I know that part of this process I'm learning as I watch you ladies is that you feel like collecting the patterns is just as much fun as stitching them. So I can't decide if I would be overwhelmed by the stack of patterns that I hadn't done yet, or if that would actually be okay with me. I haven't quite figured that out yet. But anyway, I do have 2 boxes or 2 crates of kitted up projects that I need to get done, or at least get started on. I'm not a stitcher of one project at a time. I don't mind having multiple projects going at once, because again, when I sit down in the evening, I might be in the mood for this or might be in the mood for that. And so, you know, it changes every day. But I'm not a monogamous stitcher. I used to be, but again, that was because I only ever knew kits, and I would buy a kit, do it, buy a next kit, do it. So that's definitely not the case now. I have lots of things going at once. So some days it overwhelms me and some days it doesn't. But for the most part, I like to just sit down and stitch what I'm in the mood for that day. So I don't really have a schedule. So anyway, this next one is for my oldest. He has always been a lover of fish. and pawns and things like that. And I came across this on one of the D-Stash pages, and I thought, oh, it's perfect for him. So they have it made up as a clock. And so I don't know, this is from the early 90s. So I don't know if I can find a clock like that anymore. It's from Cross Stitch Gallery number 37, January, February of 2003. So that's what I'm working on for him. And I just have a small start on that. It's on 14 count blue Ada, and I'll move it a little closer. Who knew there could be that many oranges in one small fish? But I don't know if you ever feel like that. The shading is amazing when it turns out, but my goodness, there's a lot of thread changes just in that one fish. So it's a little slow going, but it shouldn't take me very long. So that's where I'm at with that one. And then this one, Plum Street Samplers. This was kind of one of the new patterns I bought when I started to get back into cross stitch and discovered there was so much out there and all these designers I had no idea even existed. My sister and I went to Acorns and Threads together, and I wanted to pick out a project that her and I could work on together, and this is kind of what we came up with. I already had it in mind, and she went right to it and said, oh, I love this one. So that was fun. So I've started mine. I don't think she has yet, but anyway, it's Plum Street Samplers. This is the day. And this has been fun. I really am enjoying it. I'm doing all the called for. I had originally just planned on doing just the sole DMC conversion. And she said, no, we got to get these fancy flosses and let's do this right. So we have we went ahead and bought this is my first classic colorworks that I've ever purchased. I've never done variegated floss before, but it's a lot of fun. Again, with Flosstube, I'm learning about different techniques and stuff. And so I've kind of done a little of both with this one to kind of see what I like, whether you do one cross at a time or all the way across, all the way back. And there is definitely a difference. So this is on a 14 count vintage gray Ada that I picked up. It's kind of modeled, reminds me of the vintage country mocha, but gray. And so it's been pretty. I'm really enjoying how this is turning out. And so those bricks are no joke, folks. There's something, but I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. So I did leave out the goat up here. I don't know. I can't decide if I like the goat. I thought I'll get it all the way done. I definitely plan on putting the goats in on the other side of the house, but I think I'm going to wait till I'm all done to see how I feel about adding this random goat up here. So love the design. I just can't quite decide if I'm into that goat or not. So we'll see. But that one's been a lot of fun. I love this fabric. It's a lot softer than your average crunchy white Ada. And I love the variegated floss. So I'm really looking forward to getting more of that in my stash. Let's see. I am working on this one in my fun, cute project bag. I discovered Elizabeth Can Stitch's tutorial and probably made, I think, about 25 bags. I did give some of them away as gifts, but man, that was fun. I love these things. I've never had them before, and it's been really fun to divide up my projects and have them kind of consolidated in one spot. This was a fun tutorial from Heather from Crafty Cottage Stitches. I kind of followed her tutorial on that and kind of made it my own for each bag. So that's been fun for that. Oh, I forgot. East Coast trips with my boys, and each time we go to Williamsburg, which is my absolute favorite stop, and I always go to the cute little shop there that carries the fabric and the hats and stuff. And so I picked up a piece each time I was there, and so I made a bag from each of those, and then used this little selvage piece in the fanciness to help remember which trip, and then I put which boy's name it was. Now, are they ever going to want these? I don't know, but I've told them this is your bag. So anyway, fun fabric for that. The next project is, I've had this forever, soaring airplanes, and it was originally obviously meant to go on one of these, I think it's Charles Craft Afghans that you can buy. This is for my airplane living boy. But I knew that if I did it on there, he likely wouldn't ever display something like this in his house or do anything with it. So instead, I am doing each of them individually. I finished one already. They're not very big. They're very time consuming because, again, lots of shading, lots of color changes. But anyway, my plan is to just frame each one of them individually for him. So there's that one I finished. And then I almost have number 2 done. And so just a little bit more to do on that one. And then number 2 will be done. There's actually 4 designs total. So that's where that one is. Then I just finally got to start this week on Vintage Housewife. I've been very much looking forward to starting this one. I completed the quilt already, and it's hanging in the closet waiting to go to the quilter. It's a custom quilting job, so it's definitely not cheap. Like when I went to pick this one up from the quilter, I almost was thinking I was going to have to sell one of the kids to get it out of Hawk, but my quilter did a fantastic job. I mean, it's just amazing. And so anyway, when I take this quilt in, I'm not going to do quite as much custom on this, but when I saw the cross stitch pattern, I may or may not have completely squealed because I seriously love this so much. So again, just got it started, and I think I left it downstairs. Oh gosh, you really have to be prepared when you do this. I thought I was, but I guess I'm not. Anyway, got a small start. I'll show you that next time. It's on a big crunchy piece of 14 count white Ada, but loving that. Love all of her color schemes. Always super fun. So this next one is something that I caught a glimpse of on Pam's. I think she was getting ready to go on a retreat or something, and she she put this pattern up there, and I, again, probably squealed because this is literally one of my favorite shows, and I thought I have to have that. So anyway, it's Lily Violet, I believe is how you say that, and it's Lundra 1950, otherwise known on PBS as Called Midwife, is what this is in reference to. So anyway, I loved this design. So cute. So cute. So anyway, it's in my cute vintage patterns bag with one of my Lori Holt vintage lady charms. These are super fun. So yeah, so I haven't worked on this one for a little bit, but I'm going to show you a really fancy. I don't have a serger, so this is kind of what my grandma used to do. She didn't do it with blue painter's tape, but she did it with masking tape, and you know, just to keep your edges from fraying. But I chose blue painter's tape. Isn't that nice? It's working. So this is where I'm at with this one. Again, 14 count Ada. I can't remember the exact color, but anyway, this one I'm moving right along. Lots of white fill in on the bottom. And that's kind of another thing I've learned too, just watching all these different people. I used to get really frustrated with white, and somebody mentioned one day that they do their white first, and I've started doing that, and boy, what a difference that makes. So anyway, just really liking how that's turning out. So looking forward to getting that done, and all those cute little midwives up top. So loving that one. That's a lot of fun. Let's see. I think that is almost it, except for I wanted to show you, I'm getting ready to start my next one, but I don't know if we do a lot of, or have done a lot of traveling, and clear back on my first East Coast trip, I was in the gift shop, and I came across this cross-stitch kit. And I thought, well, if that isn't just amazing, this is combining my love of travel with my love of cross stitch. What a great souvenir. And so this one was the very first one I bought, and then I didn't realize that she had a ton more out. So I went ahead and bought it. It took me a few years to get it done. It's on 18 count Ada, so it took me a little longer. And again, chasing those 3 boys, I got sidetracked over the years, you know, with PTA and all those fun things. But anyway, finally finished this one up, and everywhere we've gone since then, if I'm in the gift shop, especially all the national parks and things, that's the first thing I look for is if there's one of these kits available. I did get on eBay, and I found a couple more that I didn't have, because again, I didn't realize when I was there that these even were a thing. So it's called Posy Collection, I believe is what it is, Posy, and I've got quite a collection. So I'm going to go ahead and just real quick show you what I've gotten done so far. None of them are finished yet, but we are now tackling that project. I wanted to find a frame style that could be where I could hang them in a gallery type setting in the house, where they all had the same frame, but I knew they were going to have to be custom made because they're all different sizes. And all different designs and whatever. So I wanted it to look seamless on the wall. They're on different colors of fabric. The fabric is a kit, or the thing is a kit. It comes with the pattern, fabric, and floss. And so it's DMC floss. But anyway, it comes all together as one kit. But it does come, some is 18, some is 14. I mean, they're all different. So I wanted to figure out a design of frame that I could use where they would look all the same. And also it needed to be, if I had any hope, I felt, of these not ending up in the Goodwill pile someday, because again, I have boys. I don't have any daughter-in-laws yet. So I'm not sure about the future. But anyway, I thought I'd like to find something that the boys would actually maybe hang in their house. So it kind of had to be manly looking. So anyway, my husband and I have come up with a frame style. So he built the first one, and so I'll show that next time after I get the first one framed and finished. And then the plan is to just, again, take custom measurements on each one, and then he'll create the frames all separately. So looking forward to getting that done, because I already have quite a few done, and I have quite a few more. So I'll just kind of show those as we go along. Next time I'll show you the ones that I have kitted up but haven't started yet. So anyway, here's a little parade, if you will, of the ones that I already have done. So this one was my very first one, and it is Colonial Williamsburg. So again, it's on 18 count, used just DMC floss, and it took a little bit of time because those are tiny stitches. So, but that one was fun. This one is Fort Vancouver, just north of us in Vancouver, Washington. This is again 18 count. This is the first one that we made a frame for, so this is the first one you'll be seeing fully finished. But the one thing I did learn with this one, and again, watching Floss Tube, just learning some different skills, this is an 18 count, and it's full coverage. And I just fought this one the entire time. And if you look real close, I'm still not 100% happy with all of the stitches. It's just really crowded. And I was watching a Floss Tube, I can't remember who, a while back, but they made mention that they do 18 count with one strand. And I thought, well, that's interesting. That's something I've never done before, because again, most of my kits that I've ever done were on 14 count. So the next one I'm starting is Ellis Island, and it is on an 18 count. So I'm going to attempt it with one strand and see if it's a little more of a pleasurable experience. Because this one was just, when you're doing 18 count with two strands, full coverage, it gets really crowded in there. And it looks fine, but I'm going to give the other technique a try and see what I think. So it's Fort Vancouver. This one was from when we went to Laura Ingalls Wilder's house in Mansfield, Missouri. And this is Pa's Fiddle, and a cute little quote. My sister visited there this summer and brought me home another one, and from the same place. So I'm looking forward to doing another one from that destination. So there's that one. And then this one was our visit to Mount Rushmore. And again, this one's 18 count. It is, again, same thing, just crowded on the faces because there's a lot of shading and things that need to look right. So anyway, it turned out okay, but it's a little bit crunchy. Okay, Monticello. We just went there in 2019. So I got that one done, and that was a fun one. This is a 14 count one. This one I just wrapped up a couple weeks ago. It's Lincoln's home in Springfield, Illinois. That one went pretty quickly because there's not a lot going on there, but that one was fun. This one is a bigger one. This is from Mount Vernon, George Washington's house. I guess I have to back that up a little bit. This is the barn that sits down below the house. I have not located a kit that has the actual house in it, so I keep looking, but I don't know if it exists or not. But I would love to do one of the actual house, like of Monticello. But this is what I have from there for now. And then this one was from our trip to Graceland in Memphis. My older son is a huge Elvis fan, so this will be fun. This one was a little more involved, but fun. And then this one did not come from a Posy kit, but when we were in the gift shop at this particular destination, they had a book of cross stitch patterns, and it was it's from Victoria, BC, and it actually has a couple different designs in it, so I might go back and do another one. But we visited this particular destination, and that's, I believe you say it, Craigdarroch Castle is in Victoria, BC. What I was really looking for was one from Bouchard Gardens, but again, haven't found one of those yet. So that is that one. So looking forward to getting a few more of those done. I probably have 12 to 15 more to do. So that is a big undertaking. But those I usually, my thought process on that is I always have one in the works. I don't have multiple going, but whenever I finish one, then I just grab the next one and start it. So, I kind of love, since I'm a lover of all things vintage, I kind of wanted to start just a little portion of my floss tube and just kind of do like a vintage corner. Like I said, I come from a long line of stitchers, and I mean, my stitching history goes way back. I have numerous pieces of things that my great-grandma did and my grandma did, and kind of slowly working through some of those. When we cleaned out my grandparents' house, there were pieces in there that, you know, were just kind of iconic parts of my childhood, you know, kind of seared in my memory of they always hung in this spot. But as you know, things get split up when you clean out houses and whatnot, and so I didn't get to keep all of them, sadly. So that's okay. That's what eBay is for. So I've actually found several of the kits, because they were all kits. I forgot to mention earlier, one of my favorite things about visiting my grandma's house was poring over the Hirschner's and Mary Maxim catalogs. Even at a young age, I found those incredibly entertaining. So a lot of what she did came from there, and so that was always a highlight for me. So the kits that I didn't get, the pieces that I didn't get to bring home, I just jumped on eBay, and surprisingly, I was able to find almost all of them. So they're kind of in my stash already kitted up, and I'm anxious to get those done in the future. But again, just kind of one of those things that kind of always have one going, if you will. So this piece, I'm not 100% sure who did it, whether it be my grandma or my great-grandma, but it's cute. I need to find a frame for it and get it permanently displayable, but I just love that. A lot of these I found were kits from, I think, the early 60s. That's what I can gather from what I've ordered on eBay. And so I buy a few at a time, and there's still a few more out there that I haven't gotten. This I thought was fun. This is a magazine, and I found it when I was cleaning out my grandma's house. I have numerous needlework magazines from the 20s and before. This one I discovered was published in 1896, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, 1896. I've never disturbed it. I've always just kept it the way I found it. As you can see, it's got floss hanging out of it. But you know that you can't get much better than old publications like this. They're so much fun. So yesterday, as I was pulling this out, I thought I'm going to check out this floss and see what this is all about. So it was a very interesting discovery. These are called, or they're the new skein holder is what it is, and they're to hold these floss silks of all things. And so these are all tucked in to the book, and they've got silk floss still in them. I mean, it just blows my mind. So anyway, kind of a fun little thing. I mean, apparently silk floss and floss holders were a thing back then. Some of them are a little wild and messy. I don't know what she would have used these for or what project, but there is all sorts of like super fun colors in these little new floss holders. Yeah, it tells you how to cut the skein and cut off the knot, then pull a single thread. Yeah, it's just hilarious. So, fun find. And when I finally opened it yesterday, but I've got lots of stuff like this. Old work basket magazines, just lots of stuff. I come from a long line of savers, and I'm pretty grateful for that. I've got lots of really cool stuff, so I'll just share some of it with you over the next couple floss tubes, hopefully maybe longer. I don't know, I can stretch it out for quite a while. This one is my current, they're Pricilla kits, I think that's how you say it. And so yeah, this is one I got off of eBay. I will tell you, I guess I could actually say that I'm working on linen. But it's aggravating. I don't think it would be aggravating if you were doing actual cross stitch. These are stamped projects, and they tend to send my OCD into overdrive because you just can't. I mean, with the way it's stamped on there, it's hard to get a perfect stitch that's straight. So it's driving me a little bit bonkers, but it's fun, and I'm just, using it to practice going with the flow. But this is my most recent one that I've been working on. So next one up, I can't remember where, I'll have to look, but I've got quite a few of those kits ready to go. So they're fun. They come with all the floss and everything. The only thing I get worried about is running out of floss, because it's not like you can go to your DMC bucket and grab more. So I'm trying to be, using every last scrap of floss and not running out. So, goodness, the sun is getting bright. Sorry, hopefully I'm not too washed out. So anyways, plans, I'm just going to keep plugging away on this. There is one project that I would like to get started because I'd really love to have it done for Christmas this year. I bought the piece last Christmas. I don't think I have too many stitchers in this area, at least down where I'm at, because I was able to go to Hobby Lobby and find this piece once Pricilla showed it right away. It's the, oh, there's a glare there. It's the Claus Christmas. So I have the wooden piece in the closet waiting for me to finish the stitched piece to finish it on. So looking forward to getting that done. This is so cute. So that's in my plans, along with plugging away on what I have going already. So what's next? Okay, so like I mentioned, I've done Facebook sales in the past around the holidays to friends and family, and they, everybody loves getting my stuff. People are so good to me. So I thought I would go ahead and do that again. But this time open it up to hopefully some new friends. So, okay, sorry if you saw a little break in the video there. Boy, I can still see the glare there. Okay, lesson learned. Maybe the video in the morning, or just wait till the Oregon weather again turns gray and rainy, and then I'll be searching for light anywhere and everywhere. So I had to hang up a curtain there to block out the sun. I don't know if it's doing a very good job, so maybe my video guy will have to do some editing. I did realize as I was hanging that up though and taking a break that I forgot to mention one of my almost all-time favorites, floss tubers, is Brenda and Laura. I don't know how I forgot them, but they are definitely favorites of mine. Their banter back and forth is just great and so much fun. And their work is stunning. I am definitely leaning towards getting some Hands Across the Sea samplers. So next time I go to Acorns and Threads where I can look through them really well, I'm going to pick out one. I'm kind of leaning towards the one with the giant pear. That's the only way I can remember it, but they look like they're a lot of fun. So anyway, on to what I was going to say. I've done some Facebook sales in the past, just, you know, when I get a whim and a bunch of stuff I want to make. So I'm kind of going to go down that route again. With the hopes of maybe stitching some pieces and finishing them and selling them in the future. And I also have 3 or 4 quilts in the closet that are headed to the quilter soon, and I certainly don't need them. So I'll probably have those up for sale in the future. So be watching for that. I did start a new Instagram page aside from my personal one, Crafty Boy Mom 3. So go follow me over there, and I will probably be doing this next sale starting Wednesday. Today is Saturday, October 8th. Is that the right date? So by the time we get this edited and uploaded, and then I get everything uploaded to Instagram, I'm looking at tentatively Wednesday. So be watching for that. But I thought I would just give you a quick preview of what I have done this time, and we'll be putting up for sale. So I'm going to start with, I don't know if any of you are doing the support group Stitch Along, the new pattern out by Lori Holt. But as soon as I saw that pattern, I thought, I've got to do something with that. I'll give you a little backstory on me and why it really resonates with me. In 2016, on my 43rd birthday, I got the news that I had metastatic stage 4 breast cancer. This came just 8 months after losing my mom to a year-long battle with cancer. And my dad was actually fighting cancer at the same time, but we lost my mom first, and then we lost my dad a year later. And then 8 short months later, I found myself on the other side of the coin, sitting in the chair, getting that diagnosis. To say it was a life changer is an understatement. I definitely, it rocked my world. It's incurable. And I still had youngish kids at home, and I felt like I had a lot of living left to do at only 43. But I'm sitting here today, and thanks to modern medicine and all of the research that's been done, I was in remission for almost 5 years, a little over 5 years. I was on daily chemo, pill form, and so that got me into remission until last winter, and I had a recurrence. It had traveled to my bone originally, so that's how I got the metastatic diagnosis. So anyway, I had some spots show up in my bone again last Christmas, and so we had to switch gears, switch medicines, and we tried one and it didn't work very well. And because I'm special, my cancer type changed, and so we had to switch gears again in April, this last April, and I went on to a new form of chemotherapy via pill. And I just had scans at the beginning of August, and some of the spots are completely gone, and the other ones are well on their way to being healed. So we are praying fervently that I'm well on my way to being in remission again. So, God is good. He has been merciful and blessed me beyond measure. My faith is a huge part of my life. And so he has been good and carried me through this. And I've been able to continue life without much change. Thankfully, I still have my hair, and it's something that I'm gonna have to deal with for as long as I'm on this earth. But that's okay. I have used it for the good. My story, I hope, will encourage and speak to people. I hope I've blessed people with, my story. God has brought people into my path that are fighting this disease, and I've been able to encourage them from a different perspective. I can honestly look them in the eye and say, I understand how you feel. And so that's been great. It's never something that anybody asks for, but I have tried from the very beginning to use it for His glory and for anybody else's good. Just my story, just use it to encourage and bless. So anyway, He's given me joy. I asked for joy, and He's given it to me. I've had hard days, still do. There's a lot of fear and worry, but I do my best to overcome that and just stay busy. He's blessed me with good health to, finish raising my kids through high school. Got all three of them through, and just to have the health to be able to do the hobbies that I love and participate in life. So I'm very, very grateful and blessed. Support group means a lot to me. It definitely hits me on a personal level. For the last few years, I've been blessed to be able to participate in a local support group here in my county, started by a wonderful lady who has actually fought breast cancer twice. But her and her amazing team have a wonderful support group that provides care packages and financial assistance and just wonderful, wonderful support to ladies in this area that are fighting this disease. And so she approached me a couple years ago and asked if I would make zipper pouches for their care packages to put all the little lip balms and things that they give to the ladies in it. So I've loved doing that, very honored to be a part of that. Anyway, all that to say, I took this pattern and kind of made up a few things to sell, and so hopefully they will. And if they go well, I might consider doing it as a year-round thing, or just maybe work ahead for next October, because it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So anyway, any of these items that sell that are made from this pattern, I'm going to donate a portion of those proceeds to this amazing group that's been such a blessing to me. I have a wonderful, wonderful support group myself. I have a village of people praying for me. I have wonderful family support. But there are a lot of ladies out there that don't have that, and this is where that group steps in, and they've just done an amazing job. So if any of this sells, I will be donating a portion of the proceeds to that group. So I'll just give you a quick glance at some things that I made. I kind of felt like this pattern could either, let's see, they could either be bras, but they also kind of look like bikini tops to me. So I thought, maybe I'll make some things with that in mind. And, if you know somebody that's going through something, you could buy one of these other things that's specific to breast cancer. But if you still want to support a great cause, maybe this would work for you instead. So anyway, that means that this little pouch, I found this fabric at Hobby Lobby, and I thought, oh, that lended itself really awesome to the style of this. So anyway, that's got a little pineapple, or no, this is a watermelon charm. This is just a cute little zipper pouch that I made. And then I thought these maybe could be gifts that somebody could buy for somebody that's going through treatment. just as a, you know, hey, I'm thinking about you kind of thing. So this is just a cute little pillow, the little finish on the back and a little charm. So I have that one, and then I have this one. I just gathered up all my scraps and kind of just got creative. So I guess that's backwards, but it does say I support you. Anyway, cute breast cancer fabric from Riley Blake, and cute little closure on the back. I did make up 2 project bags. The first one is this one, Beach Days. It's got a cute little charm and stuff on there. This is a little bit bigger project bag, but anyway, I thought that was kind of fun. So there's that project bag, and then there's this one. It's just some bikini tops, and then I made a little flamingo in there to match the flamingo on the fabric. I think this one has a pineapple charm on it. Yeah. So anyway, thought that was fun. This one is a cute pouch. Just again, little zipper pouch. It's kind of put up there. So just using cute little pattern. And then I did buy the quilting pattern as well. I've only had a chance to make up just this one block, but this is a cute bag. It's a pretty good sized bag. But anyway, if you know somebody's going through treatment or whatever, it's got the patchwork on the back. It's got fusible fleece, so it's really soft, but anxious to make up a few more of those quilt blocks as well. And I do plan to get to the full cross stitch pattern. I want to make up one for the group to donate for their next fundraising event, and then hopefully make one for myself as well. So anyway, that's the breast cancer stuff. That's just a little bit of my story, just to get to know where I'm coming from and things that mean a lot to me. If you've been through this disease, I'm sorry. I hope you've prevailed. If you're going through treatment, I'm sorry. This disease is just rampant. But yeah, you're all of you, anybody who's fighting this disease, is always in my thoughts and prayers. So that's support group. I'll give you a glimpse, just a couple other things in the shop that I'm going to put on. Again, I just look for patterns and think, oh, I need to make that. So there's really no rhyme or reason to it. There are, like I said before, I like to take a yard of fabric and see what I can make out of it. So there are several things that you'll find that the same print is in several different things, and that's why is I just kind of like to go until like I don't have anything left. So that's kind of where I'm at. But anyway, I've got some these are aprons. Hold it up like that. Women's aprons. They're just a one size fits all, but super fun. They're lined, really heavy, but I've got lots of different prints of those. I love a good apron. I made it women's and children's aprons. There'll be a couple boys ones and then a couple girls ones as well. They're perfect size for your budding little baker. Kind of, you know, when the kiddos really want to get in the kitchen and start helping you bake and cook. They're a perfect starter size. So anyway, this one is super cute. This is from a jelly roll that I made a quilt out of a long time ago, and it's just what I had left. I just thought, oh, that looks cute. Kind of get that all sewn together. These two were aligned. I made 2 of those, but the other ones are not, but they're a super great little starter. I love to make bags of all kinds. And I love to do embroidery too. I don't think I mentioned that earlier, but haven't done a lot of it lately, but I found some super cute stuff and couldn't resist. So I did a few pieces. If it sells, I'll do some more. But anyway, this little girl, I seriously just couldn't resist her. She is so cute. So cute, and her little kitty. So I just made that into a really cute little bag. And again, when I list these on my site, I'll put measurements and stuff, but just a cute little purse with that cute little embroidery pattern. I made a slew of project bags, a lot. So hopefully you like those. This is a cute little embroidery pattern as well. Fun, and so I just turned it into a project bag with a little bling on the side there. So that's fun. And then I didn't bring very many. I just brought a couple other project bags up here. This is the Pioneer Woman fabric. Love her and love her fabric. I just also bought some of these larger zippers. A couple of the project bags I made have the normal zippers, but I did buy some of these and I really like them. So for sure, if these sell, I'll definitely get some more of these zippers because these are fun. So yeah, just that one. And then who doesn't love the bees right now? Super fun. I just kind of like to have fun with the project bags. They're, you know, they're fun and you can kind of coordinate them to your project or just whatever. But yeah, just had a lot of fun with those. And then, like I said, I love vintage. Have a lot of vintage linens. And so I thought, what can I do with those? So here's a project bag with a little rose charm, but I just took an old doily and cut it in half and added that. So I thought that kind of was pretty. So that's for project bags. Some cute little purses. These are cute little things for your little purse carriers, just starting out. I love those little crocheted flowers. I find those on Etsy. So those are fun. These are cute. These are backpacks. Cute little toddler size backpack. The girls' ones have bows on them to hold them closed. And then the boys' ones have snaps. There's a boy one. Just a cute print. Yeah, these are toddler size though. And then I had some orphan quilt blocks that I made, and goodness gracious, gotta keep myself together here. Made and just stuck in the drawer when I was first kind of got Lori's first book and was kind of trying out her quilting style and block style, how you put her blocks together and stuff. So I dug a few of those out and thought, I'm gonna make a bag out of that, because why not? Who doesn't need more bags? So same size as the other bag, but yeah, this was just a block, and I still had some of that blue fabric and the orange fabric, so I just made a bag out of that. These are about 16 by 20, so they're good size bags. And again, they've got the fusible fleece on them, and so they're pretty sturdy. I also came across a cute idea. I guess I should show you before I made these little drawstring bags. I don't know if you can see. It's got little birds on it. But I made cross-stitch memory games. Did you guys play those with your kids? By the hours? I just did little designs, and there's 24 of them, so 12 designs, 2 of each. I mounted them, sewed them to felted wool, so they're pretty sturdy, and then fray checked all the edges, so they should hold up for quite a while. But anyway, I just did lots of different color combinations, and just had a lot of fun with those. So it's a little bird pattern. So anyway, there's, like I said, there's 24 of them in each. I did 3 of them. There's this one, and then there's a little ballerina pattern, and then I did one of cars. So those will be available, but super fun. They all come in this little tote bag. And let's see, the only other thing, I think, yeah, I made some pillows. Love to make pillows too. This was a pattern or a piece that I had done a long time ago. It was in the drawer, and I had this strawberry fabric, and I thought, you know, that would make a really cute little pillow. So I made that into a pillow, just a foldable back, and the insert comes out. So there's that. And then I have 4 of these, 2 of this design and 2 of another. Again, leftover jelly roll pieces, scraps. Thought, what can I make with these? So did some research and came up with this really cool pattern. It's going to kind of be washed out a little bit, but this is I think it's Windermere by Brenda Riddle. I made a quilt for my sister out of it, and I actually made another quilt that's hanging in the closet, ready to go to the quilter out of the same fabric. So it should be available soon, but just a really kind of a fun pinwheel pattern. And then bound like that. And then this was some stuff I scored at a estate sale a while ago. Had no idea what I was going to do with it. So there's an apron, there's some pillows, there's a project bag. Can't remember what else. I had a lot of it. So anyway, it's just a fun vintage print, strawberries, and then I just bound it in some denim. Thought that was a good match. So So anyway, that's just a few of the things available. Again, I'm going to try and get organized and have the sale ready to go on Wednesday over at Crafty Boy Mom 3 on Instagram. So come join me there. I've got a couple posts up just to kind of say hey. But yeah, definitely introduce yourself in the comments. Let me know you're here. If you're friends and family, hey, thanks for watching. If you were bored on the couch sick or something, I don't know, but appreciate your support. Like and subscribe. That would be super fun to have people come back and visit again. I'm going to attempt to do this every 2 weeks. That's the plan. That'll give me time to get more stitching done, so I have something different to show you every time. And then yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully this goes well and is fun for me. And I'll have my production manager put this into something that makes sense, hopefully. But anyway, thank you for joining me. It's nice to meet you all. Again, all you fellow floss tubers out there, thank you for your inspiration and coming back week after week to give me a lot of entertainment while I stitch. I've seriously enjoyed all of it, and I'm loving learning all of the new tricks of the trade. So anyway, thanks again for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye!